So at one point, we're running, and he said we have to hide into this water, this little pond that created the rain. And at that time, I thought I was going to die. Hey guys, my name is Cesar Millan. I am going to share my Christmas story. 31 years ago, I left Culiacan, Sinaloa, Mexico. I was born there. I was raised in Mazatlan and Ixpalino, Sinaloa. And this is my Christmas story. I actually left December 23rd from Culiacan, and I spent Christmas and New Year's at the border. I left Culiacan, Sinaloa when I was 21 years old. I left actually on the day 23rd. The next day was going to be Christmas. And something inside of me, which is the voice of God in my opinion, told me to leave. And I never questioned that voice. That's the same voice I heard when I was 13, and I said to my mother, if I can be the best doctrine in the world. And it just popped up inside of me, and I have always listened to that voice. But this time was on December 23rd. I was 21 years old. I am from Culiacan, Sinaloa, Mexico, born and raised there between Culiacan and Mazatlan. And of course, the farm is Ixpalino, Sinaloa. Grew up in a traditional family, grandfather, grandmother, father, mother, uncles, and cousins, the whole community, which is funny because now I talk a lot about energy, philosophy, and community, and that's pretty much what molds all of us, right? Came to my mother and said, "Mom, I'm leaving." And she said, "Where are you going?" "I'm going to America." "But tomorrow is Christmas." "I know, but I have to leave today." And so my mom called my father, and my mom told, "Your son is leaving." He said he's leaving. And my father, "Where?" He said he's going to America. And my father came. Normally my dad didn't come back right away because he was working. And my father came, gave me $100. That was his life savings. In Mexico, people work a lot and they earn very little. Not the same in America. You get paid by the hour, right? My dad came. My mom gave me her blessings always until today. She's keep giving me her blessings. They take 10 minutes, which now I understand why it takes so long. The protection, the direction, and the love from a mother has no price. And so I got my $100 from my father, the blessings from my mother, and the faith that I had already, right? So went to grab a bus, and at that time was a brand named Tres Estrellas, 3 stars. Funny, right? The 3 was Maine, and I'm riding on a bus called Tres Estrellas, 3 stars. So it took the whole time. Bus was full of people, and back then it was one bathroom for the whole entire bus. No air conditioning, no TVs back then. There was 2 drivers, and they take turns. I met the Rumorosa. For those who know, the Rumorosa is a very dangerous road before you arrive in Tijuana. So I arrived on December 24th to the border. So as soon as I arrived in Tijuana, I immediately asked, "What is the border?" Because I thought I was gonna be able to just go right through it, since pretty street-wise, street smart. So it was gonna take just 1 second. To my surprise, it took me 2 weeks. 2 weeks to be at the border. The border became my home. I spent Christmas at the border. I spent New Year's at the border. I got caught every single day. From the moment I arrived in Tijuana, I got caught by Border Patrol. But it's this sense of happiness, gratitude, love, and creativity didn't stop inside of me. And that's, to me, what Christmas is all about. Jesus Christ being born. So it has all these beautiful elements. Santa Claus is going to come to visit you. For poor kids, Santa Claus never comes, but you hear the stories. And so I wanted to give that gift to me, which the only place I could find this gift was in America, because I grew up watching Lassie and Tintin. So I thought I was going to come and learn from the best in the world, and then go back home with my family and open my own dog training facility. At that time, I only knew about veterinarians, dog training and dog trainers. And since I'm a animal lover, I definitely understand dogs better than any other species. I wanted to be a dog trainer. I also wanted to be a vet, but since I come from low income, it was going to be impossible, economically speaking. And I don't want to put that pressure on my parents. So I'm at the border, full of faith, full of love, full of gratitude, because you learn to love life like you've never seen before. There's just me and the rest of the people that I don't know. And you can feel the heaviness of the energy. You can feel the desperation of people. You can feel, people are more likely to take advantage, and you have to be aware of it. So you have to be practically walking around like a panther, so you can just camouflage and don't let them know that you're by yourself. So at the end of the day, the last day before I jump, it was 2 weeks later. Christmas passed, New Year passed, and the guy who helped me cross the border, skinny guy, tall guy, I saw him very tall, very, very thin, and he didn't look very put together. He was a little dirty, and he smoked a substance. But even though everything that my mom told me never to trust, a voice inside of me said, trust. Not only the voice inside of me says trust, he charged me $100. And that's when I realized that guy was sent from God to me. I waited long enough, I survived it, I maintained my faith, my gratitude, my love, my creativity, and my calm, my confidence, my love, my joy. I trusted God, respected God, I loved God. My parents didn't know anything about me, by the way. Back then there was no cell phones, and whatever money I had, I just save it so I can eat a little bit. I remember, before I tell you when the coyote helped me, I remember I used to let the Border Patrol officers cut me, because every time they cut you, they feed you. They give you a sandwich and a Coca-Cola. So many times I just, the hunger was so strong that I just let them catch me. I just, literally walk into them and ask to be caught, because I was starving. But that's just the sacrifice, faith and sacrifice and love and creativity has to go together. This is, to me, what creates hope. This is, to me, what creates a miracle. You have to create the miracle. You have to work in the miracle. You have to consistently stay within your idea, your dream, and this is a dream that nobody ever dreamed about, to become the best dog trainer in the world. So it's not like it was a roadmap for people like me, or for a guy like me, especially being 21. I didn't have any family members on this side of the country. So fast forward to the day where the guy came in and he said, I charge you $100. And something inside of me just felt light, felt beautiful. It was just this beautiful feeling. And I trusted him 100%. I remember just the feeling of it, right? Because every time that I hesitate to do something, I always go back to the feeling. Or if a person doesn't feel 100% the way I have learned to experience people, and then I normally don't connect with those people. Um, that's what I learned: connection, communication, relationship. And so I trusted the guy and he said, okay, let's get ready. Um, and then we went through this hole that I tried to go through that hole before, but the lady who was in charge, it was a lady outside this hole at the border. She was selling coffee and gum, and she was just in charge of that hole. It was in the back of her, and people go through there as long as they pay. So obviously this coyote understood the rules and understood that was somebody owned that part of the wall. So then I just went and followed him. I remember that he was teaching me about these little lights, and those were the border patrols, and not to answer anything because the border patrol would call names, and just to get people out of the bushes and stuff like that. The thing is, I didn't know anybody there, so I was by myself, so I wasn't going to answer, but the guy suggested that, and then at one point, I remember it was raining throughout those whole entire 2 weeks. It was raining in Tijuana, and there was a lot of mudslide all over. A lot of people passed away, perished. I seen people just being taken by the currents of the water. It's a lot of older people crossing the border. It's a lot of pregnant people crossing the border. It's families crossing the border, and it's super dangerous. I was just by myself, but I got to see how families struggle. How families put their faith into this migration, into this opportunity to have a much safer life, opportunity to work. I would say 99% of the people that come to America, we want to pay it forward, and I certainly did that, and keep doing it. So at one point we're running, and he said we have to hide into this water, this little pond that created the rain. And at that time I thought I was gonna die. I thought this guy's gonna drown me here and gonna take $100. That's my only money I have. I didn't give it to him until he crossed me where my money was inside my shoe. And at that time I had boots, because I'm from Sinaloa, so we wear boots, cowboy boots. So he asked me, to go in this pond created by the rain, and at that time I felt like something bad was going to happen. It's just, my fear at that time, and I went inside the water. The water was all the way here, so now I'm covered with water. My boots are full of water, the whole entire. But I never felt the cold. I just felt the fear, right? The uncertainty of something might happen. And he just went on a branch and just stayed there and just closed his eyes, and we waited. He just said, don't look at the light. Close your eyes, and because the light, the eyes reflect the light back. So the guy was giving me great information. I really don't know why I went in the water. I still don't know, because he waited outside. So I guess he wanted to take a nap, or me being in the water just holds me there. I don't know. The point is, I waited in the water, and as I waited in the water, I just felt this sense of peace, just sense of peace, completely, sense of trust, peace. It went from this fearful moment to this peaceful moment. And so we waited, and then at one point he said, let's go, and we began to run. I was full of water. You can hear the sounds, and the boots are so heavy, and now we're in the mud, combined with the wetness in the mud. So I'm running. I'm glad I was 21 years old. I'm glad I was super fit at that time. Still am, but at that time I was super fit. So we're running. I remember we passed by two guys, and he asked them. Those guys working refurnishing mattresses, And so the guy asked him, hey, have you seen the Border Patrol? Yeah, he just passed. So that was a good clue. And we went through the freeway. So that's when I saw the signs of, like when you see people running, and like the picture of the classic picture of families running in the freeway. I became that. And then we cross the freeway, we go against the traffic, and it's just a lot of traffic. And you're looking at this and like, are we gonna get hurt by this car? And the guy says, just stay right behind me. And again, the sense of connection with this guy. And I never met this guy, but I felt so much trust. You know, I felt so much hope going with him. And then at one point we went through a tunnel, and then he said, wait for me here. I'm gonna go get you a taxi. And I remember the Shell station, which when I did an episode for National Geographic to tell Baba my story, we went back to that gas station, and it was there. The whole thing was there, same thing as it was deja vu at that time. And the guy said, I'm gonna get you a taxi. And that's when I met the first Salvadorian guy in my life. Never met a Salvadorian guy in my life, but he was the driver of the taxi. And I told the coyote guy, listen, I don't have any more money. That's it. I'm giving you my money. I don't have anything else. So this is the beauty behind as well. He paid the taxi driver $20. So in reality, he only made $80. So the guy charged me $100. He paid the taxi. He only makes $80. I mean, just a miracle. Just unheard of. If it's just, we never hear stories like that. I never heard a story like that. I never heard that a coyote guy has the spirit of Christmas to give. You know, never heard that. And so the guy paid the coyote. The taxi driver gave me a magazine so I could put it on my face because the Border Patrol was in the other corner. And he just said, just relax. I'm gonna get you out. Whatever this $20 can give you, I'm gonna take you out. So we passed right by the Border Patrol, by the car patrol. And I was just terrified because if they see me, because I'm wet, I'm full of mud, I just crossed the border, right? So it was like the typical, I'm wet. And so we just passed. I remember I took a breath and I said, God, please don't let them see me. You know, don't let them see me. Just don't let them see me. Let me just move out of here. And the taxi just went, catch the freeway. First time I saw a freeway. And I remember to see the lines, like 5 lines. I know I crossed the border. I know I did it, but one thing is running with your feet on the freeway, and the other one is driving in a car looking at the freeway, right? So that's what I saw, this beautiful groomed road, ginormous, and the $20 took me to Chula Vista. I thought I was in San Diego for a long time, and the first thing I did is I went and find a place to sleep, and that's when I found a bridge. My house was for 2 months under a bridge. I became what people call homeless, and I never felt like a homeless, honestly. I felt like I was more like a backpacker, you know, more like a tourist, saving money kind of thing. Now that I know what that means, right? I know I was an immigrant. I know I came here for a dream. I know America was the place of that type of opportunity. And so it went from the border to under a bridge, and the rest is history. Merry Christmas. ¿Quién se apareció? ¿Quién se apareció? ¿Quién se apareció? Mira. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment, and join me on my mission of better humans, better planet.